Welcome to CSBJ Radio. CSBJ Radio is the premier online business talk radio show in the Southeast. CSBJ proactively connects, informs, and engages its listeners in all aspects of small business. Discover the entrepreneur in you with CSBJ Radio. Now, here's your host, Greg Wilson.
Hello and welcome to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, and also the publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. And I tell you, this week is just a great week to be a small business owner. And yes, I know you'll say, well, Greg, every week is a great week to be a small business owner. And I agree with you. I fully agree with you. But however, this week is a special week here in Columbus, Georgia. And not just Columbus, Georgia, but also the state of Georgia. This is officially the beginning of the 2013 Small Business Week. This is just a perfect week for a small business owner to get out the office, to get away from behind the desk, to get out of whatever it is that you do and get out into the community and actually shake hands, meet people, pass out business cards, obtain business cards, go out and get leads. It's a perfect week for that. And again, this is the kickoff of the Small Business Week. In a few moments here, we're going to go through just a list of events that are taking place this week. Some are free, some are not free, but we're going to go through that list today. The second item that we have today, which is something that's very near and dear to my heart, is we're going to post this today. Again, this is the new issue 1, volume 2, or volume 2, issue 1 of Connection Small Business Journal. And finally, we're going to end this podcast by discussing 5 tips for building brand awareness. 5 tips for building brand awareness. These are some tips that we can actually deploy and employ, if you will, in our businesses starting right now today, to again build brand awareness. All right. But let's start this morning by just going through just some of the events that are taking place here in Columbus, Georgia. Again, today, Monday, May 20th, marks again the official kickoff for the 2013 Small Business Week. And they should have just concluded the morning mixer. The morning mixer was this morning between 8:30 and 9:30, which was a free event over at the Columbus Airport. At 1 o'clock today, CSBJ is having its bi-weekly Power Hour. And this is an event that takes place every other Monday at the Iron Bank Coffee location downtown. It is every other Monday from 1 to 3. And when it was formed, it was not designed to be a networking event, but it has truly become a networking event. Not only can small business owners come together and discuss challenges and problems that they're having, and work through solutions, but it actually has turned into a networking event. So we would strongly encourage you to come out today, meet people, network people. If there is a problem that's going on in your business, all right, don't fight that battle by yourself. Bring that problem to CSBJ Power Hour, put it on the table, all right. I don't have all the answers. Other business owners don't necessarily have all the answers, but we can put our heads together and come up with a viable solution for whatever that problem is. If you are having problems building your brand awareness, we're going to give away some tips in a few minutes here. But if you're having problems, with maybe a social media campaign, or problem with your website, maybe a problem, retaining customers, whatever the case may be, bring the problem to CSBJ Power Hour. We'll put it on the table, discuss it, and I assure you that by the time we leave at 3 o'clock, you will have a solution, or at least be pointed in the right direction. All right, so that takes place today, and again, every other Monday. This is just not a what I will label as just a 2013 Small Business Week event. This takes place every other Monday at Iron Bank Coffee. Again, it is labeled CSBJ Power Hour. All right, tonight, the night wraps up with the Taste of Columbus. Again, that's tonight, Monday, May 20th, from 5 until 7. This event is going to be held at the Elizabeth Bradley Turner Center from 5 until 7 o'clock tonight, and it's going to feature local small business owners, the restaurants. All right, so Chester's Barbecue, Sugar's, to name a few, will be there, and they're going to prepare and present their menus, and we, those of us that are in attendance, will be able to sample those. Again, it's a perfect opportunity again for you to get the word out about your business, meet other small business owners as well. Tomorrow on Tuesday, May 21st, between 10 and 1 o'clock, the CEO Roundtable Experience. All right, so you have an opportunity, and this is a paid event. You have to pay, I believe it's a $25 value associated with that. You have an opportunity to ask the experts. On Wednesday, Small Business Boot Camp. Again, this is Wednesday, May 22nd from 8:30 to 1:30. This also is a $25 value Small Business Boot Camp at the Chamber. The Eye Opener Breakfast. This is a mainstay for our local Chamber of Commerce. The Eye Opener Breakfast, Thursday, May 23rd from 7 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. Again, if you are not a member of the Chamber, that is a $20 value associated with that. And the Small Business Week actually concludes with a gala on Thursday night, May 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, the gala is going to highlight the previous calendar year winners of the monthly Small Business Giant Award. It's going to announce the winners of the prestigious Small Business Giant of the Year Award as well, the Young Entrepreneur of the Year and the Visionary Award. These take place on Thursday night, May 23rd from 6 until 8 p.m. And I believe there's a $50 value associated with that. So again, a full week for you as a small business owner to, again, get out of the office, get into the community, meet people, shake hands, pass out business cards, truly network to grow your brand, to grow your business as well. The second item that we wanted to just briefly discuss, again, we're going to be posting this online on our website. That website again is www.connectionssbj.com. Volume 2, Issue 1. Volume 2, Issue 1 of CSBJ, the journal. All right, this is the print journal, the online journal will be available later on today. And again, we're going to do just a massive Facebook posting, Twitter. We're going to be tweeting about it. Pinterest is going to be used, YouTube, all of it, all means of social media are going to be used to let people know that, again, that Volume 2, Issue 1 out. And we're just very excited about it because we have we're featuring someone that's actually a part of the CSBJ movement, if I can label it as such. Her name is Pamela Watson. She is the owner of 5 Star Concierge. We have just a full article on her. The title of the article, and she's the feature article, is labeled From Service to Serving. Play on words there, and as you read that, you'll know exactly what we actually mean by from service to serving. So congratulations to Pamela Watson, 5 Star Concierge. So at this time, we're going to take a quick 30-second break. And when we come back, we're going to jump right into discussing the 5 tips for building brand awareness. And as I alluded to earlier, these are tips that we can actually employ today, starting right now during Small Business Week, to grow and build our brand awareness. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, we're back here live. Again, I am your host, Greg Wilson, CSBJ Radio. We want to jump immediately into discussing 5 tips for building brand awareness. Again, 5 tips for building brand awareness. So we're offering a great product, a fabulous product, and that product is being offered at a great price or a fabulous price. But what good will that product be? What good would that price be if no one knows about it? Building brand awareness means getting the exposure for your brand and making sure that it is widely recognizable among your target audience. It also means that engaging your target market to ensure that people not only know about your brand, but are also interested in your brand. All right, so here are 5 must-do steps for building brand awareness. And yes, I'm labeling them as must-do steps for building brand awareness. The very first one, which is, if I can label it as a critical piece to this, is to have a logo that is easily identified and use it everywhere. Again, number 1, create a logo that's easily identified and use it everywhere. So all of your marketing, all of your advertising efforts should include it so that people can begin to recognize your logo on site. All right. The Pepsi logo. Even if we were to remove the word Pepsi from the logo, we still know, just based on that brand, based on their marketing, that that is actually the Pepsi logo if we just take the text Pepsi out of the logo. The same holds true for Nike. We can identify Nike by the swoosh. All right, so if we were to remove the words or the text Nike and just see the swoosh, we know that that is a Nike product, whether it be a shirt or shoes. We know that logo is associated with Nike, not necessarily by the name, but by the logo that is being used. So again, I would strongly encourage to have a logo that is easily identified and use it everywhere. Okay. Number 2 is to develop an effective brand message and use it in all of your campaigns. So an easily identified logo, and number 2, develop an effective brand message and use it on all of your campaigns. Every piece of small business collateral that we have, stationery, koozies, ink pens, our website, the social media presence, shirts, t-shirts, whatever it is that we're doing, and we are labeling that as business collateral. That piece of collateral must have an effective brand message, and it must have your logo on it as well. And again, I would strongly encourage you as well to use these everywhere. Okay, every piece of marketing material that you have, use a clear and consistent brand message that builds trust with those that you are trying to win as consumers. All right. So number 1 and number 2 are very closely related. Number 1 again is to create a logo that's easily identified and use it everywhere. Number 2, develop an effective brand message and use it on all of your campaigns. Use it again on all of your campaigns. Number 3 is to simply be different. Simply be different. What makes your business stand out from the rest? All right. We live in a very saturated market here in Columbus, and it's saturated here in Columbus. It's saturated in Atlanta. It's saturated in my hometown of Birmingham. But with all those that are maybe in your particular business, what sets your specific business apart from all the rest? All right. Why should they buy from you instead of another company? All right. What makes your product, what makes your brand, what makes the things that you're offering any different? All right. And not just price. You can say, well, oh, I'm cheaper. Okay. Well, you could be cheaper and have horrible service. You could be expensive and have horrible service. All right. So again, what sets you apart from your competitors? All right. Different things that you can do to actually make yourself brand yourself different. Let's look at the ads that you're running. Let's look at the promotions that you're holding. Let's look at your website. What does your website look like? What social media tactics are you utilizing? How are your products and service packaged? Is the packaging attractive? All right. So these are different things that you can do, again, to be different and to set yourself apart. You can even use a consumer interaction. All right. Whether this interaction happens online, whether it happens through social media, a handshake out in public, over a cup of coffee. People do business with people. All right, so one thing I would strongly encourage you to, remember that, hey, people do business with people and not necessarily customers. So one thing that you can do to be different is to even allow the personal side of you out a little bit. That's some advice that I received quite some time ago, And I thank the individual that gave me that advice. You know, we just don't want to necessarily see just the business aspect of you. Brand yourself, yes. Have a great logo, yes. You know, have an effective brand message, yes. But be different, okay? Number 4, keep your promises. A lot of promises are made to consumers, but I would dare say that a large amount of those promises go unfilled. All right, so if I promise that we're going to do something, if I'm a mechanic and I say, you know what, I promise you that your car is going to run brand new, all right, and you pay money, well, you better believe that my car better it must run brand new. Why? Because that was something that you promised. All right, don't make a promise if you can't keep it. All right. Now we know that mistakes happen. We know that balls sometimes, and not on purpose, they're inadvertently dropped. We understand that. And if that happens, all right, admit the failure, and that helps to also build your brand. We'll probably save that for another podcast, but that also helps build your brand. All right, admit the failure, admit the ball was dropped, admit the problem. All right, fix it, but don't be found there again. So admit that the ball was dropped. We're going to fix the problem and strive our very best not to be found there again. All right. Going above and beyond in your efforts to regain your customer's trust will not only help you keep that customer, but also translate into brand awareness, building also word of mouth referrals. Well, yes, you know, this company, I was getting worried. You know, they hurt me. They didn't do something that they said they were going to do. But once that company has stepped up to the plate, that negative comment immediately turns into a positive comment, and they would even refer you to other customers as long as, again, you acknowledge the problem, you fix the problem, and you keep your promises. And number 5, get your brand out there. Here it is again, 2013 Small Business Week. This is a perfect opportunity for you to get your brand out there. We just went through, prior to the commercial, we went through a list of events that you can actually participate in this week to further get your brand out there. Even the Power Hour today, from 1 to 3, get your brand out there using some of these events. These are publicity events, free publicity events that you can actually utilize to further get your brand out there. Direct marketing campaigns, you know, having a contest, offering referral programs, you know, brand-related articles or brand-related blog posts on your specific website. All right, different outreach campaigns. These are several things that you can do, again, to get your brand out there. All right, so let's go quickly back through these 5. Number 1 was to create an easily identifiable logo and use it everywhere. Number 2 was to develop an effective brand message and use it everywhere. Use it, again, on all of your campaigns, on your website, every piece of marketing material that you have, your t-shirts, koozies, ink pens, whatever. Use it. Use that logo and that effective brand message. Number 3 was to be different. Set yourself apart from the competition. Number 4, keep your promises. If you say you're going to do ABC, then perform ABC. And number 5 was to get your brand out there. Use every aspect of social media to get your brand out there. Use networking events, whether they be free networking events or paid networking events, advertising, radio promotions, whatever the case may be. Get your brand out there. And these are 5 tips for building brand awareness that you can actually employ in your small business today. All right, so again, a beautiful week that we have here in Columbus, Georgia. Again, this is the kickoff of the 2013 Small Business Week. We have the Volume 2, Issue 1 coming out later today. And again, we just covered 5 tips for building brand awareness. We thank you for tuning in. Again, follow us, follow our podcast, read our paper online. Our website address again is www.connectionssbj.com. If you have comments, you know, feel free to comment at the end of this podcast. You can leave comments and questions, concerns on our website as well. You know, I strongly encourage you just to be a part of the small business community this week here in Columbus, Georgia.